Our confession exhortation this morning comes from Proverbs 28, verse 13. He that covers his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them shall have mercy. There are multiple ways of covering our sin. The most obvious are the blatant attempts to cover it. You see these on mystery shows. You also see it even in the example of a little child who might cut his or her hair and then throw it all in the garbage can so that no one will see the big chunk of hair that was cut. Those are the obvious ways. But there are other ways of covering sin, and that's what I want to emphasize this morning. One is of trying to hide it through nice words, trying to soften our sin a bit to make it sound not quite so bad. We say things like, I made a mistake, or I've done something I'm not exactly proud of, or I didn't intend to hurt you, or I'm sorry if I hurt you. All of which are ways of keeping me from actually saying, I wronged you. I sinned. There are times, certainly, where we do not intend to hurt someone and it is a mistake that is innocent. That's true. But sometimes, do you find yourself using words that you actually intend on digging the spur in just a little bit, but not so deep that you can't give yourself plausible deniability? We lie not only to other people at times, we also lie to ourselves. And if you get good enough at lying to yourself, eventually you'll start believing your own lies. We convince ourselves, I'm innocent, but we're not nearly as innocent as we think we are. Our doctrine of original sin is really good towards other people, but not quite so good for me. Confession demands that we speak truthfully about our sin, that we acknowledge that it is wrong, and we take responsibility for it without excuses. Everyone has multiple excuses at your disposal for why you sin, but yet those are another way that we cover or try to minimize our sin. So do not try to heal the wounds you cause lightly. When you sin, humble yourself. Acknowledge it completely to God and then to the person or people you sinned against. And when the consequences come, remember that they are God's way of turning you towards Himself. They are themselves a gift, and receive them as such because your Father loves you. And this is one of the ways He shows His love in disciplining His children. So give yourself to full and complete confession and repentance.